All right, guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. Going to be getting to the betting picks here for the Valero Texas Open. And I do want to start off with saying I'm not going to really be touching on those big name guys. It looks like we actually had some withdrawals from the last video already. DJ might be out, which I'm pulling up right now. Let's get into it. All right, so just looking at the favorites here, we got Tony Finau 10-1. I actually do feel like this could be the week for Tony Finau, where other people might be looking ahead. I kind of feel good for him. We got Scottie Scheffler 12-1, who I talked about as a fade, or I will talk about as a fade this week. I'm recording all the videos on Monday because, as you guys can see behind me, recently in a different setup, so a little bit chaotic week for me. But Scottie Scheffler, you'll be a fade if you watch that video. A little bit worried about him coming off of just a lot of golf. Yes, this should be a tournament where he should play well. Jordan Spieth 12-1, I don't mind. But we'll start off there with two players I really like, Abraham Ancer and Corey Connors. We'll start off here with Abraham Ancer. So pulling him up, Abraham Ancer is going to be a great pick, and we'll talk about it. All right, so Abraham Ancer here, I do really like as a pick. We look at his stat rank, top 4 stat rank play this week. Course history average could be a little bit better, but 3 straight made cuts. We do like to see that. He doesn't have that top 30 finish, which I really like to see, but recent form, 32nd, that's spectacular. Really, besides the Genesis invite, been really good. 17th at the STOC, top 5 at the American Express, top 20 at the Workday, and then top 20 at the Players Championship. All good results there for Abraham Ancer. Ranks out top 8 in the model. I do really like Abraham Ancer. I feel like he's a guy that's due for a victory. This would be a great course for him. But the player that I like a little bit more than him is going to be the defending champ, Corey Connors. And just with the caveat there, defending champs have been horrible this year. I'm going to give him a pass because he's the defending champ from 2 years ago. But we saw that didn't really matter for Roy there because he sucked at the Players as well. Defending champs have been horrible in the 2021 season. So that's the worry there with him. We are going to get him at 16-1 odds. So a lot of people like him as a pick as well. Vegas does. He's a top 2 in the model. And that's going to be why, guys. Top 4 stat fit. Course history, top 13. Or course history average of 13th. That's a 26. And then a first place finish. Recent form, other than the Genesis invite, he's been really good. We've seen a lot of high upside finishes with Corey Connors thus far this season. He's a guy to me that I really like as a pick. And then we look a little bit lower. We can go down to someone like Charlie Hoffman here, guys. Charlie Hoffman, besides his horrible Sunday last week, was ranked into contention to win. Kind of hurts my build a little bit last week with his fall off there. But Charlie Hoffman has been playing some great golf. You look at the events where he's been healthy, guy has been an absolute stud. Ranks out top 7 in the model. And once again, going back to where if you just look at the events where he was healthy, guy is an elite stat fit, and this is where I can pull him up here on the specialist page here as well. Charlie Hoffman. And I'm actually just going to look at the tournaments since the Sony Open. So I don't want to look at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. It's pretty much it. Take that out. And then we're just going to look at the last, I don't know, 20 or 10 weeks. So we took out the event where he was injured. That's why I'm taking it out. We could even take out the Genesis invite if we want to, but just looking at that, guys, top 20 in strokes gained total. That is spectacular. Okay, that actually ranks out better than DJ this week. DJ is not on the field apparently anymore because he's not on the DK Sportsbook since I've been recording this. I didn't know that, but even still, grades out pretty much the same as Jordan Spieth there. This guy has been electric recently. Really think he's going to be a strong pick. We look at that, guys. Just very spectacular play recently for Charlie Hoffman. If it does get a little bit bad out, it's not his best. He hasn't played the best there, but if it gets bad out, top 15 strokes gained total there ranked. That's going to be good. If it gets really bad, though, maybe we worry about him as a pick, but he has played well in the fair to bad conditions so far weather-wise. It doesn't look like it's actually supposed to be that bad, but if it does, at least we see that Charlie Hoffman has been able to produce at those events. And then after that, we're going to drop down into, don't need that page up, Chris Kirk and Brendan Steele, both 40-1, both going to be quality plays. They're both picks where if they put it all together, they can go out and win. Same thing for someone like John Ha at 66-1. I'll pull up all 3 of those picks here so that we can see them. So Steele, Ha, and Chris Kirk. And if we're talking about a player that's due for a win, it's going to be Chris Kirk. Chris Kirk has been playing some great golf this season, guys. We look at his recent form, 7th for his recent form average or rank in the field. That is spectacular. We don't need Charlie Hoffman up there anymore. We can take Charlie Hoffman out. But overall, I mean, these 3 guys, their picks were, they're casually almost checking all the boxes. Brendan Steele is, Chris Kirk pretty much is. John Hutt almost there. Of course, history could be a little bit better. But the thing with Chris Kirk, hit or miss this week. Top 13 and a top 8 finish, and then 2 missed cuts, giving him kind of a pass for that 2019 finish. Then we look at his recent form. It's been there, guys. The Honda Classic, he was right around the leaderboard, kind of fell off there. API right around the leaderboard, Pebble Beach right around the leaderboard, Sony Open right around the leaderboard, American Express right around the leaderboard. This guy is due for a victory. He's kind of Tony Finau, where he hasn't been able to clutch up. Tony Finau's been a little bit closer, but this is a great pick. And then we got Brendan Steele. Brendan Steele is one of those picks where if he goes out and wins this week, really not going to be shocking to anyone because he's a guy that could easily go out and put it all together, just improve a little bit more on his game here and there. We see a player like Brendan Steele go out and win all the time, where he's just been playing solid golf, kind of just puts it all together for 1 week because it's been right there throughout the season. Wouldn't be shocking if that happens. And then John Hutt, kind of more of a long shot bet. Don't mind him as a pick at that price point. 66-1 is going to be a great number for him. Then we go a little bit lower. There are a couple of values a little bit lower that I do like as well. We look at Sam Ryder, Seb Straka, and then a real deep one, Chase Seifert. So we really only are highlighting one long shot bet. You know, to me, guys, a long shot bet is 100-1 or more. Ryder, Straka, and Seifert are not that. But if I had to choose 2 from here, it would be Ryder and Seifert. And I'll pull up those 2 here for you guys. Actually, I'll just pull them up here for you. We'll start with Chase. I gotta click off of that. We'll start with Chase Seifert here, though. So Chase Seifert, yes, a lot of this is going to come from pretty much 2 events, which were the Puerto Rico Open and the Mayakoba. But in terms of like key stats that we're looking at, those aren't going to be popping up because, well, we don't have strokes and total stats for those, but he did play well at both those tournaments. So that's good to see. Even still, you know, ranks out pretty good overall. If we could include those tournaments, it would be much better, though. That's kind of the key point with him, is that it would be a little bit better if we could enter in the Puerto Rico Open and the Corrales, Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship results. Even still, been playing great golf, like the finish at the Honda Classic, and I really like the finish at the American Express. 2 kind of tougher tournaments, and it's nice to see that he went out and played well at those tournaments. Then we're going to pull up Sam Ryder as well. Sam Ryder had a putt kind of lip out to take the clubhouse lead, and he just lipped out. It was a good putt, good attempt. But we can see, once again, if we can include the Corrales in there, be a little bit better there for him. Nice to see him play well at kind of those tougher tracks. Again, the Honda, the American Express, played well at those. Guy that's coming into some recent form. Numbers not the best there for him, but I don't mind him as a pick. And then I will say, kind of a bonus pick, Jim Furyk. I don't mind him as an outright bet as well. All right, but that's all I have for you guys this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. And as always, guys, let's keep cashing.